I have a young preacher friend who is constantly reminding the members of his congregation to put themselves in a place where grace might happen. I've done that on occasion, and I want to tell you about a time when I put myself in a place where grace might happen. I have had wonderful experiences with the children in my ministry. And one time, when we had started a new congregation in Reno, Nevada, and had a small but lively congregation, several children, I had told the children one time a story about the peanut. And I talked about George Washington Carver, and I talked about the potential, and then I gave each one of the children a peanut and gave them instructions on how they could grow the peanut without soil. Well, Susie Finger took her peanut and it didn't grow. And I lost all respect. She lost all respect for me and my stories. After that, she just wouldn't believe anything I said. Well, I had run across a box and some butterfly larvae in a magazine, and I ordered it. And I made one real mistake when I took it to the children on a Sunday morning and explained the process of how the larva becomes caterpillars and butterflies. It was a good story. But the mistake I made was in saying that on Easter Sunday morning, when we celebrate the resurrection, these larvae will have become butterflies. And Susie crossed her arms and said, "It won't happen." And I knew I was in trouble. But time went on, and as luck would have it, the night before Easter, a butterfly emerged. We had an Easter sunrise service. A small group of people attended, a couple of children, and as we were having the sunrise service, another two butterflies emerged, and the children were in awe. They were excited. Susie and her family weren't there. They came to the later service. But as they got there, the children who had seen the butterflies went running to Susie and said, "Susie, come on, you've got to see. Max was right, there are butterflies." And Susie, still skeptical, they took her by the hand and led her up to the front of the church where the box was. And she saw the butterflies. But she crossed her arms and said, "Max did something." Still an unbeliever. We started the worship service, and while the organist was playing the prelude, Susie was sitting right down on the front, on the floor in front. And as the prelude was playing, two more of the butterfly emerged. And I will never, as long as I live, forget the expression on Susie's face. She had been watching seriously and as intently as you can imagine that box. She didn't believe it would happen, but she wanted to see for herself. And when those butterflies emerged, Susie's expression changed, and it was one of awe and wonder. And I could see her saying, "Wow." and her respect for me was restored. My young preacher friend says, put yourself in a place where grace might happen. Now, I'm well aware that that story could have gone the other way, that the butterflies would not have hatched or not have hatched on time, and I would still have lost favor in Susie's eyes. But I learned two things from that experience. And one was, there is absolutely nothing that compares to that sense of awe and wonder when a person, child or otherwise, has moved from disbelief to faith. The other thing I've learned is never to pull a stunt like that again. But it's a story that I will carry with me for as long as I live. And I hope you like it.